It says coming soon, so there's another love interest. He's a princess. I love Raphael. I think I have another one. I have this one. Did I get a new one for him? No. Makes me sad. I love him so much. Babesy. Girl. Do I need to do story? Ooh, we did get this. Alright, you ready? I'm so ready for this. Like 100% ready for this. I'm so excited. Under Astra's command, may the Foreseer deliver his will, for that is his fate. Get ready for tissues. All right, girls. In the coldest regions of Philos, yeah. The Foreseer has resided in the Tower of Thorns since time immemorial. The almighty Astra bestowed his power onto him, ordering the Foreseer to act as an emissary for the divine. The royal family sends an envoy to the Tower of Thorns every 100 years to listen to the Foreseer's prophecies. Yet the Foreseer has not bestowed a prophecy to the royal family in hundreds of years. Envoys sent by His Majesty never returned. Their whereabouts remain unknown to this day. There is a rumor that the Foreseer has been perpetually frozen in an icy tomb. To him, 100 years is but the blink of an eye, and so a new envoy travels through snow and ice, entering his tower. It happens again and again, as it always has for the past thousands of years. But I am not a real envoy. I'm here to treat my illness. To do that, I must take the Cratio Protocore from the Foreseer's scepter. I have no choice. Suppressing my anxiety, I walk into a massive room and bow respectfully. I am His Majesty's envoy sent here to listen to the Foreseer's prophecy. My voice echoes through the empty room. I look up to see a man wearing a blue robe. He sits on a throne of ice as he holds a scepter. That must be the Foreseer. How strange. His body is ensnared in brambles, thorns wrapping around his arms, legs, and chest. It would seem he's shackled to the throne. I slowly approach him. I see his head lowered, his eyes shut. He's encased in ice. Is he unconscious? There are no signs of life. 'Tis truly an icy tomb. Shall I take the Cratio Protocore?
How impudent.
Oh. Foreseer? Is my imagination playing tricks on me? Isn't he frozen, or is he just pretending? He's a lot more sprightly than I thought. Every book I've read describes him as an old man.
It seems that those tomes you've gleaned through have taught you nothing about etiquette.
Whoop. You're not actually frozen? He's not moving. Is he immobilized? What am I doing here? Connecting the dots, girl?
It seems you do not know what true horror is. Your actions are testing my patience.
I'm just poking him, girl.
Do you know what happens when fools disrespect the Foreseer?
And you were frozen. My expectations were were a bit higher than this.
Punishes every wrongdoing in due time.
Haven't you heard of doing what is necessary in a bad situation?
But who exactly is in a bad situation?
Quick, poke his pee-pee. What are we doing? What are we doing? The ice is more like crystal. God damn it. What is it?
You have a wild curiosity and a brazen tongue.
Not the frozen hot dog. And your tongue is like winter's loveless embrace. I'm just wiping it off.
A punishment?
That's your punishment for being impolite. What? What did I just say to him, girls?
Fury? Those sorts of emotions I no longer have any use for.
I was caught up in the moment. I must finish what I started, I guess is what they said. I don't fucking know. Did I take it? Nope. Where'd that come from? He can move? That means...
I've played enough of your little games. You forget yourself, testing the limits of my benevolence.
Calm down, I need to... What? Calm down, I need to prepare for a fight. I am His Majesty's envoy. You can't kill me.
An honest death is not a suitable punishment for every pretender.
Before I can react, a cold sensation coils around my feet. I look down and see frost climbing up my legs.
Tell me, do you know the fate of thieves who sought the Creatio Protocol?
Creatio. Okay, that's how you say it, girls. Remember, Creatio. Cheerios. The Cheerio Protocol. There you go. Ice reaches my neck and is like a cold hand that tightly grips my throat. Without sparring a glance, I said sparring instead of sparing. I'm done. I can't read. The Foreseer walks past me. He disappears into the shadows. I like the cold. I bet you do. Where are you going, Foreseer? The crystals cover my mouth, sealing it. Oh no, not your little bitty crystals. Next time I open my eyes, sunlight drifts through the window adorned with roses. He left me here for the night. The Foreseer sits on his throne reading a book. The sun's glow casts an illusion of softness on his cold demeanor. Not takes away from the Foreseer? A fine morning we have today. Why does Zayne have to be the ice princess? Because he's ice. He's cold. We're the warmth that melts his cold exterior, okay? He doesn't look at me. It seems he won't even give me the chance to explain myself. You've been encased in ice for ages, but you still read on that throne. Shouldn't you be tired of the world's greatest chair after staying there hundreds of years?
You may try it yourself, then inform me of your findings.
Because I've run hot ice, someone to cool me down. The Foreseer turns another page of his book. No, I can feel my body. I can't feel my body at the moment. I have yet to eat anything after entering the Tower of Thorns. Could I... I choose my words carefully, yet he still doesn't look up.
A human can survive for 7 days without food. Given your stubborn character, you should live for an extra 2 days.
Ain't no way he said this to me. What? What? You're not going to leave me frozen for 9 days, are you? I choke up and my eyes begin to tear up.
Are those tears of your remorse?
Alright, I'm not His Majesty's envoy. I'm here to ask for a prophecy of my future. Every prophet I consulted said I had 3 years left to live. I refuse to believe them. He finally looks up from his book. I'm telling the truth this time.
Indeed, they are delusional.
I would catch a cold for you. I'd catch a cold for him any day. Have you scryed my fate, Foreseer?
To disguise yourself as the king's envoy and sneak into the Tower of Thorns, you certainly have less than 3 years.
I don't know why it's making me laugh, but it's funny. Foreseer, you can't... Ice covers my mouth again. The Foreseer resumes his reading. Ain't no way he shut me up with his ice, girl. An endless silence returns to the throne room. Nightfall greets the tower, taking the place of sunlight. Moonlight shines into the room. Today is the first day of my punishment for entering the Tower of Thorns. I've come to a realization after being frozen here. It is nigh impossible to warm the heart of a demigod who lives in these rime-kissed lands. In the middle of the night, I am awoken by a radiant flash. Golden words float above me, or before me. They are magics cast by the Foreseer's book. Is he looking for something? The Foreseer stares at the words, brow furrowed. He is not happy with what he's seeing. I try to utter a sound. The Foreseer remains unmoving.
Do you wish for your mouth to be sealed once more?
Ain't no way. That's a book about gardening, is it not? I also adore flowers. His wintry gaze falls on my face.
Your mouth is only capable of spouting nonsense.
He's so mean. He's so mean. I'm not lying. I used to be a gardener. Every flower I care for turns out splendid. The Foreseer stops what he's doing. The sharpness of his gaze pierces me, trying to gouge the truth from my head. Did I offend you? He looks away with a lift of his finger. The ice on my body begins to melt. My punishment is over? Without any support, I fall to my knees.
If you desire it, then I shall indulge you.
The Foreseer closes his book. The words of gold dissipate, and the room is plunged into darkness. Once my eyes readjust to my surroundings, the Foreseer has already descended from his throne.
Come, then.
Blah, 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 blah. I follow him, climbing the spiraling staircase of the tower. I'm out of breath by the time we reach the top. Meanwhile, the Foreseer is unfazed. In the distance, snow-covered mountains are like white seashells. Impossible. I was not brought here to admire the scenery. I suddenly notice a tiny white flower bud between the bricks. Why is jasmine growing in a place like this? The Foreseer's frigid gaze observes my every action. I carefully examine the bud. There's something wrong with it. I doubt it will bloom anytime soon.
Will you be able to care for it?
I consider the possibilities, but the Foreseer seems to predict my next action. He moves toward me, looking into my eyes.
Answer me.
Oop. Yes, of course. It's a miracle for anything to grow here. Without a competent gardener tending to it, the bud will inevitably die. I emphasize the phrase tending to it and glance at the Forseer's expression. He gazes at the bud and touches its small leaves.
If this jasmine blooms, you may leave the tower with your livelihood intact.
I'm not sure if I'm imagining things, but it seems the Forseer holds the jasmine in higher regard than I. For now, in order to buy myself time and an opportunity, I have to say yes. Alright, I agree to your terms. Ain't no way you said that, girl. Meowdy! Not in the Tower of Thorns! What are you doing, girl? Not in the Tower of Thorns? Get out of here! Get out of here, you poop. You poop. You poop, poop, poop. Don't sprain my head, girl. I'm misbehaving. You are. I stare at my reflection in the mirror. They're on my bosom. Huh? On my what? On my what? Excuse me? I need spanking. See, I'm gonna need you to come in here and get this. Burner Man's out of here. Sebastian's fucking smoking a cigar. Meowdy, what? I don't know. Something's on my bosom. Something's on my bosom. Are blue markings engraved in my flesh, like cracks that would appear if someone wedged their blade into the frosted ground. It's a symptom of cryoriasis. Cryoriasis, that is a word. Is a rare, strange disease. Physicians have only recorded a few cases in old textbooks. The infected will eventually lose consciousness and be unable to move as if frozen solid. The only creatio, yeah? Was that what it was? I don't remember. Protocore from the Tower of Thorns can remove it. To make that peculiar jasmine bloom. This is my chance. I need to befriend the Forseer so he lets down his guard. Only then will I be able to approach the creatio core. Why does the Forseer care so much about that jasmine? I need to investigate. Has his work cut out for him? He really does at this point, girl. You are feral today. The following morning, I examine every part of the tower. Every decoration in the tower is beautiful, but each one lacks character. They possess the same aloofness as the Forseer himself. It appears they are trying to frighten strangers. This place is huge. You must be in your prime to find the Forseer. Having found a silver bottle, I fill it with water. Once I reach the top of the tower, I see him. His back is turned to me, yet I am on edge. You are not here to supervise me, correct?
It appears your confidence is lacking.
My confidence is not wanting in the least. As I hurry to water the jasmine, I begin to pray. Oh, fairest jasmine, my life is in your leaves. Don't partake in the sweetness of death. From the pinnacle of the tower, I spy a group of people walking along the mountain path. They resemble ants that fell into a desert assault. If there are others here to distract the Forseer, it will be to my advantage. I point at those tiny figures. Are they here to receive your prophecies? Forseer glances at them. With his right hand, he writes a series of silver symbols in the air. Suddenly, a blizzard befalls us. It swallows the mountain path, and the people disappear in the blanket of white. Are you trying to kill them?
After getting lost in the snow, they'll have no choice but to turn back. Their survival is but a guarantee.
While I was already impressed by his previous demonstrations of magic, this is the first time I've been stunned by the Forseer's power. Do you despise the request for prophecies?
Fate cannot be changed. Instead of acknowledging this truth, humans still fight against it. Especially when their future is not what they hoped it would be.
As he speaks, the Foreseer glances at me. I lower my head, pretending to agree with him. I understand. I will focus on tending to the jasmine and not ask about my future. Even if it's meaningless, I'm not going down without a fight. I just hope my resignation will help me gain the Foreseer's trust. I like his outfit. Several days pass. I have already memorized my daily routine for taking care of the jasmine. I could do it in my sleep. In the morning, I hum as I take my silver bottle to the tower's pinnacle. There, I see the Foreseer gazing at the sky. Good morning, Foreseer. He's over our shit from just existing, girls. Hesitating, I look up to see a sky free of clouds, serene azure reaching far and wide. Do you need someone to listen to your musings?
Silence.
He's so mean.
Gardeners do not require mouths to work.
Ain't no way he said this to me. Ain't no way. He said gardeners don't require mouths to work. I am dying. I silently water the jasmine and observe the Foreseer, who is acting strange. Who needs mouths for gardening? Yeah, who does? Suddenly, the sky is filled with the cries of birds. I'm shocked by what I see. Thousands and thousands of silvery white birds fly towards the Tower of Thorns. The sky is covered in a shroud of crystalline feathers, clear as frost in the morning sun. They shimmer like a nebula within reach. What are they?
Arcticians.
I ain't saying that word. There ain't no chance in Hades I am saying that word. Nope. Nope. Unless your water is turned off, get out of here. What are you gonna do? Spit on that thing? Hop to it on that thing? The Foreseer raises a hand. One of the birds land on it, seemingly answering his summon, and happily chirps. Does it know you?
They pass the tower every year when they migrate.
The Foreseer looks at the little bird, his expression full of the warmth one would greet an old friend.
Alas, that was eons ago.
Didn't she get arrested? I have no idea. I know she scammed a lot of people, a lot of money, though. I've never laid my eyes upon a creature as stunning as that bird. I ain't fucking
Your
seen
hand.
that bird. Reluctantly, I hold it out and he places his hand on top of mine. I panic and pull my hand back.
Don't be afraid. Humans are the least of their concern.
His hand, warmer than I imagined it to be, gently grabs my palm. The silvery white bird hops from the Foreseer's hand to mine. Its feathers reflect the color of the sky, deceptively depicting a light brilliant blue. It's lovely. I guess you don't just stay secluded indoors and read all the time.
So that is the conclusion you arrived at while resting in ice.
No escape from her, nope. It's because I'm curious about the Foreseer. Your name appears in the Tome of the Foreseer, but the text only speaks of you as Astra's tool. I don't think its accounts are accurate. The Foreseer remains expressionless.
Astra does not write his own story. The imagination of mortals is what remains in the sands of time.
The Foreseer lets go of my hand, and the bird returns to its flock. Quietly, he watches them fly away, bidding them farewell. I have to admit you aren't as merciless as Winter. You care about the jasmine, and you remember to wait for the birds once you're able to move. The coldness in the Foreseer's gaze returns.
You are not here to study my behavior. Your wild curiosity almost led to your demise.
We're gonna chip away at that heart, girl. Chip. Alright, girls, I gotta do an ad break, so we will be... I'm doing a lot of reading today, girls. While the Foreseer checks the Jasmine every day, it's not enough to get closer to him or the Cradio Protocore. Get back to this. I need to spend more time with him. Today, after watering the Jasmine, I purposely walked by the throne room the Foreseer is reading. It's a wonderful morning, Foreseer. Have you paid a visit to the Jasmine?
What do you want?
I was just talking to you guys. It was fun. I don't want anything. Why would I?
You never passed the throne room after watering the flower.
What? What did I do? What did I do? I kind of want pizza. Who wants pizza? Me. Confirm beaver tail dough is vegan. I'm gonna crumb. Let's fucking go. Pizza girl. I want some pizza. Did you know today is
I have heard of it.
What's a Whissen day? Whissen. Where I come from, everyone prays to Astra by lighting sky candles. I made one with a few scraps of paper. Very simple, but tonight, the Foreseer looks up from his book.
I don't do such things.
He certainly knows how to silence me with a single sentence. As night washes over me, I climb to the top of the tower with my sky candle. I wait, but the Foreseer has yet to reveal himself. He's not going to join me. Of course, he's the Foreseer. With Astra's blessing, he sees prayers are a waste of time. I light the candle, and its weak flame shines a small glimmer. Oh, omniscient Astra, the Almighty, please don't let me become like ice. There are so many places I wish to visit, things I wish to do. Please, I want to live a little longer. I whisper my wish and let go of the sky candle. I watch as it floats into the air. When it reaches a person's height, it breaks, flutters, and falls to the ground. Has Astra denied my wish? I kneel down and silently pick up the scattered pieces. Turn my head in the direction of the footsteps. Under cloudless sky, radiant moonlight illuminates a figure. It casts a glow as white as snow on the blue robes. I force myself to smile. 'Tis a good joke, for even Astra thinks my wish is ridiculous. He told me to give up.
For him to hear you, I suggest using a sturdier vessel.
An iridescence glitters in my hand and materializes into a lantern of frost. Is this ice? You can set ice aflame?
That would be determined by your fervent hope.
But you need the right gravy and cheese curds, though I'll allow cubed cheese because that's how my dad used to do it when I was a kid. Here's a fun fact about Dez. Dez doesn't like mushrooms because his dad cooked them really horribly once and he never ate them again. That would be determined by your fervent hope. Still hesitant, I light the ice lantern. The fire flickers before the lantern is engulfed, ice turning a warm orange. How do I let the winds carry it? The Foreseer's face is lit up by the ice lantern's display of colors. Fire has brought warmth to his frigid gaze. He draws a few symbols in the air, and almost immediately the lantern in my hand comes to life. It floats to a greater height. Mushrooms are either really good or really bad. I like mushrooms. Des isn't beating the Des Luna are the same person allegations with that mushroom story. You know, I have a funnier one. Do you want to hear one of reason why he doesn't drink tea? Do you want to know why? The British man that doesn't drink tea, even though he loves tea. Do you want to know why? His sister took away his sippy cup that had tea in it, and he never wanted it again. That's the reason. He never wanted it again. He said, "My sister took my blue sippy cup, and I loved that cup. And she took it away, and I didn't want it anymore." Tea sounds so good right now, considering it's so cold outside. Yeah. British man that doesn't like tea, blasphemy. He's gonna be so mad when he realizes I told that story on stream. I've never seen a sky candle like this. I thought you didn't celebrate Whitsunday.
I wasn't lying. However, it just so happens a few lights are needed for tonight.
I feel that, though. How do you feel that, Luna? Explain, madam. The symbols the Foreseer has drawn begin to transform into ice lanterns that soar into the air. Above the tower's pinnacle, countless lit ice lanterns fill the silent night sky. I gawk at the spectacle right before my very eyes. It's gorgeous. Will Ashtray hear my wish with so many lanterns?
Only he knows.
I won't tell him if you don't, chat. It was a traumatic event and doesn't want to relive it, which is also why I don't like running egg yolk trauma. Girl, I'm so... What? The Foreseer heads toward the stairs. You're just going to leave? Why don't you make a wish?
There is nothing for me to wish from Astra.
He leaves without so much as sparing me a glance. The Foreseer is kind despite his appearance, but if he learns of his unwitting assistance in helping me wish for a Creatio Protocore, he would find it absurd. I haven't aired Luna's dirty laundry, but this girl just needs exposure therapy, girl. I had a traumatic event with egg yolk, so I don't eat runny egg yolk because it makes me think of the event. I guess that makes sense because I don't eat certain pasta because I had really bad food poisoning once and I will never eat it. She doesn't like most vegetables because her mom cooked frozen vegetables badly. Uh-oh. Under my care, the jasmine bud grows bigger by the day. I am happy but also nervous. According to my expertise, the jasmine will bloom in less than a week. I don't have much time. I've also learned that other than reading and checking on the jasmine, the Foreseer stays at a location hidden behind an ordinary door in the basement. What does he do in there? Is the Creatio Protocore location, perhaps? When the Foreseer disappears behind that door again, I pretend to lose my way and follow after him. What greets me is unbelievable, a sight to behold. Behind the door is a library, the ceiling nowhere to be found, bookshelves stretch as far as the eye can see. Does the Foreseer obtain his books from here? How can he find anything in this place? I don't even know where he is. My mumbles activate some sort of switch. Ice materializes beneath my feet and carries me into the air. C is noting all of this stuff. How do you mess up frozen veggies? God only knows, girls. The mystery of how he acquires his books has been solved. I feel as if I'm lost in a sea of books, for shelf after shelf is filled to the brim with them. The ice stops in front of a bookshelf. I'm a good distance off the ground. He's not here. The ice doesn't move. I carefully grab the book right in front of me. Its title is Philos Floral Inquiry. I open the book and see the pages about Jasmine's have been read the most. Jasmine's again. Why is this flower important to him? Is it because he wants the one atop the tower to bloom? Reading the notes, I try to piece together an answer. When I turn the title page, there's a single word on it. Zayne. Zayne? Who is Zayne?
He is the person you seek.
I turn around. On a platform of ice, the Foreseer stands behind me. His steadfast gaze sends a chill down my spine. I had no intention of intruding, Foreseer. The ice kidnapped me. Crap, another meeting.
Are you claiming the frost coerced you?
I take a step back, forgetting I stand on a sheet of ice. My foot touches nothing. Help! In a moment, I go from descending to being caught in the air.
Expressing your regret does not require theatrics.
Are you mocking me? I find that hard to believe. His eyes, their depths seemingly immeasurable, are close to my face. The Foreseer carries me to the ground. I come to my senses and lower my head. You can let go. It was good that you were present. It must be dangerous to acquire your books like this.
Likewise, 'tis dangerous to push one's duty onto others.
Others? An ice cluster appears in front of me, slowly spins. The ice at my feet, is this its original form? Are you its creator?
'Twas not the work of magic, but a phantasm.
The Foreseer taps the ice cluster.
Carrying her to the higher shelves without a reason was your doing. Am I wrong?
It unfurls and blooms like jasmine, ice particles rippling around us. Does it understand our language?
We are like-minded in our distaste for lies.
Though part of me is still in disbelief, the Foreseer's spells in this library's very extensive... The Foreseer's spells and this library's very existence are starting to convince me that what I've experienced is real. My apologies. I snuck in because I wanted to know what you did here. Ice heard me talking to myself, so it threw me up here. The phantasmal Jasmine runs circles around me before leaping into my hand.
Your forgiveness is boundless, for better or worse.
It accepts my apology. Ice gathers under me again and it lifts me into the air. I stumble. I'm about to fall again. Yet another piece of ice appears beneath my foot, steadying me. Curious, I take another step. Regardless of the direction I take, ice forms beneath me. I walk around, excitement in every step. 'Tis like having a platform at my command. Incredible, it knows what I'm about to do.
The individual subconscious is also a form of energy. It can sense even the smallest of changes.
May I name it Jazz? It was reminiscent of Jasmine when it unfurled.
You and the phantasm should decide. I am but a witness.
I stop before the Foreseer. With my icy platform, I can look him straight in the eye. Then, may I call you Zayne? With a piercing gaze, he stares at me. A name defines a person. 'Tis important, I would think. Thank you, Mikey. How you doing? I'm able to read his expression.
Do what you must.
Zayne. I stand in front of the mirror, mumbling Zayne's name under my breath. All my mind can focus on is him in the library watching me scurry about. I encroached on his territory by sneaking into the library. Why didn't he lash out? Does he trust me now? The icy marks on my chest are reflected in the mirror, tendrils spreading and twisting, approaching my collarbone. The time is nearing its end. At this time, an idea presents itself. Since Jazz took me to the Foreseer in the library, Could I also use it to obtain the Cradio Protocore? Jazz, are you here? Call out to it. The sound of swirling ice reverberates in the air. The cluster of ice manifests and makes an arc in the air to greet me. You are here. Jazz, I have a request. Could you take me to the Foreseer's Scepter? Phantasm stops moving. By Astra's eyes, does Jazz know of my true purpose? I wish to. Before I can fully explain myself, Jazz expands and lunges at me. Needs some oh no she didn't girl stream time. Oh no she didn't. Oh no she didn't. Well, now it's time to relax after you're done with work, girl. Am I destined to perish in the cold? Before I could utter a scream, I realized the crystals phased through my body. There is only darkness. The faint sound of running water catches my attention. Where am I? The faint sound of running water. Oh, I thought I pressed it. A distance away, I can make out an indigo spark. That surely must be the Cradio Protocore. Thank you, Jess. As light is within my reach, I take note of my surroundings. Steam escapes behind a dark-colored curtain. Moonlight shines through the window, landing on Zayne's shoulders and revealing the drops of water running along his back. Why was I brought to the Foreseer's bedchamber? I must take my leave before he notices. I hold my breath and take one step back. We're in his bedchamber, girl. Zayne turns around and our gazes meet. Is he naked? Oh, man. I'm sorry for disturbing you, but I swear on my name that Jess brought me here. Maybe the turmoil in my mind is playing tricks, but Zayne is unperturbed. With a slight curl of his finger, the steam around us turns into a white cloth that hangs around his waist. With another wave of his hand, an unforeseen force pulls me in his direction. I stand before him.
What brings you here?
Miss Ma'am, I have questions for you. What is it? In regards to what? Exactly, Luna? His hair, his face, his chest, all wet from the water. I'm unable to avert my gaze and I feel rising heat on my face. Can we play rivals before I raid? When is your raid? What time? But what is more astounding is the number of scars etched on Zayne's body. I thought the jasmine was about to bloom. I was unaware you were bathing. Having coughed up a pitiful excuse, I closed my eyes. I sense the invisible force is gone. I open my eyes and Zayne is putting on his robes.
No one could have predicted Jazz to be unwavering in its loyalty to you. However, I expected as much. It knows only of us and thus considers you a friend.
Are you going to punish Jazz? It only indulged in my whimsy.
Should I punish you in its stead?
I don't know. Should you? I don't know. I don't know. Should you? Ain't no way. Ain't no way you're the one saying, oh my god, Quay, when you're like, I need a spanking. I'm Yanni. I'm feral. I'm horny. I'm the color of horny. Get out of here, girl. 7 p.m.? Well, hopefully I can get done with this. Because I kind of wanted to get through this. But I kind of got on a soapbox. If the jasmine meets something terrible as I sit in an icy prison for 3 days and 3 nights.
Worry not. Punishment awaits.
What do you mean? Are you going to kill me after the jasmine blooms?
Is a horrible death the only consequence you can think of?
No, I can bend over. That's fine.
I have no interest in taking the life of another.
Is it for this reason you will let me leave?
You should decide that for yourself.
You should make the joke, Luna. You're allowed to make the joke. You're a sister. You should decide that for yourself. With a wave of Zayne's hand, I am pushed out of his bedchamber by an unseen force. We're on 5 out of 10. We're halfway done. It was serious, and if anyone ever had that problem, I didn't want to make light of it. Okay, I understand. But if you want to make the joke now, feel free. I'm fine with it. As long as other people are fine with it, I'm fine with it. If you don't want to make the joke on stream, then just make the joke in our family chat. Zayne will catch me if I am anywhere near the Cradio Protocore. And the more I learn of Zayne... the more I learn of Zayne, the greater the mystery enshrouding him. Those scars etched into his flesh. Someone has stabbed him. Yet no one else lives in this tower. How could he have been wounded? He is also blessed by Astra. Who could be powerful enough to injure him? My curiosity extends beyond our current relationship in other words. I will never be given an answer. He has scars on his body, girl. Maybe we should lick him. I didn't say that. It was Beeps. Beep said it, not me. The very next day, I visit the library at midnight. Jazz takes me to the same shelf that has Philos, Floral Inquiry. Is Zayne always reading this book? Everything is connected to the Jasmine. I open the book and study the text, paying special attention to pages with notes left by Zayne. Once again, Jasmine appears. How is it related to all of this? I read his note out loud, and responding to my voice, the pages begin to glow. What is happening? Ooh, it's pretty. When my vision returns, I find myself in a sea of white flowers. The sun's golden rays shine on this field of jasmines. Except the flowers aren't in bloom. They're all flower buds. Nearby, a familiar figure, its watcher, I presume, observes the field. Zayne, why are you here? Where are we? Zayne turns to look at me, confusion in his expression.
Have we met before?
Interesting.
Who are you?
As I approach him, I realize his body is but a mirage. Sunlight passes through his robes. His appearance is that of Zayne's, but he lacks the Foreseer's frigid character.
Through what means did you enter this place?
I was just reading Am I in the book?
You stand in an illusion crafted by words and words alone.
Then what are you? A corner of his mouth curls up.
A lowly wraith.
The sight of Zayne's smiling face was the last thing I thought I'd see in this life. Then again, I've met Jazz. I've slowly come to accept these bizarre events. Were you the one to plant these jasmines?
They are more than mere flowers.
Are they phantasms? As I ask him, I touch one of the buds. An image appears in my mind, Zayne lowering his head to kiss the jasmine. What?
My memories.
They're his memories.
Or perhaps it would be better to say they are the jasmines in my memories.
I touch another one. This time I see Zayne in an unfamiliar garb, but still lowering his head to kiss the flower. Why does the Zayne in these memories appear to be from another era?
Each one is my life of another time.
Is your destiny and the jasmine intertwined?
All I can recall is my end with that moment.
You know what I saw?
Again and again and again, like a cycle. I do not remember what happens after. Therefore, these buds can never blossom.
That's why he wants the the flower to bloom.
'Tis why I bring each one here.
I stare at the seemingly endless ocean of flower buds. If each one represents a memory without an end, then how many are there? I recall Zayne's note. Once again, Jasmine appears. Isn't the Foreseer able to see the fate of everyone in the world?
He cannot see his own.
The wraith, seemingly moments away from dissipating into sunlight, looks into the distance. I like him in this outfit. Oh, you should see the MC's outfit that matches this outfit, girl. I'm about to show you. It's very slay. Like, after this, very slay. Very slay.
Such is Astra's will.
I leave the library and slowly climb the staircase. My thoughts still linger on the book's illusion. I reach the top of the tower, and there Zayne stands in the moon's immaculate glow, thinking deeply while gazing at the jasmine. I understand its significance to him now. He's pinning his desire to remember onto the flower bud.
You are not forbidden from entering the library, but you cannot venture there as you please.
Zayne, have you ever considered leaving the tower? Zayne looks at me, his emotions inexplicable.
What text did you find to make you ask such a thing?
Maybe these jasmines represent the outside. Zayne lifts his hand and I am abruptly pulled toward him. His hand grasps my throat, his wintry gaze meeting mine.
Your insolence reveals itself. Allow me to remind you of your place.
Fear spreads throughout my very being. All of a sudden, the Cradio protocore on his scepter releases an eerie indigo light. Frowning, Zayne relaxes his grip and pushes me away.
Stand back.
Zayne?
Stay away from me.
Before I can do anything, a myriad of brambles sprout and slither with serpentine precision towards Zayne. What are these things? Seemingly alive, the brambles ensnare Zayne's entire body and dig into his limbs and torso. It's exactly like our first meeting, when he was bound to the throne. Are they preventing you from leaving? His gaze is as cold as winter's sting.
The Foreseer cannot set foot outside the Tower of Thorns.
One of the brambles rushes for me. It scrapes my arm, a line of blood red as proof. Zayne lifts his finger. Ice appears and shields me from the brambles.
A few swipes is all it needs to take your life.
I remember the Cradio protocol glowed when I talked about being outside the tower. Is this because I suggested you leave this place? Your wounds, are they from the brambles?
He is warning us.
Astra? I realized only Astra could perpetually freeze him. The Cradio protocol is his method to keep an eye on the Foreseer. Not only does Astra punish any attempt to leave the tower, but even the mere thought of it is also intolerable. You've attempted to leave the tower, yes? That is why Astra punished you.
I have no recollections of such.
Cat, should I ask my team what lad's boy they sent for? Do it. Do it or no balls. I'm sorry, I was unaware. I assumed you didn't want to leave.
You've begged enough for forgiveness. Destiny's guiding hand may have brought you here, but it is time to abandon your curiosity.
The brambles seemed to have calmed down and disappeared in the smoke. If not for my wounded arm, I would have assumed I was dreaming.
There will be a solar eclipse tomorrow. I must wait at the tower's pinnacle for the prophecy. Unless I tell you, you are prohibited from entering.
Astra gifted one of his eyes to the Foreseer. By walking the winding path of time, did the Foreseer understand its passing. This is the power of a god. Moon masks the sun, and only a golden ring remains. A beam of light strikes the Cradio protocore. Light reflects off of it, forming chaos and patterns of disorder which is brought into the hands of the Foreseer. Ancient symbols gradually appear as he pieces together a puzzle. Astra's will has presented itself, and the Foreseer's indifferent facade reveals a hint of indignation as he too is imprisoned by the prophecy. Astra has spoken. Those who defy fate are sinners and shall be punished by him. All right, time for an ad. Time for an ad, girls. How do we feel about that? That's some crazy shit. We got 4 more to go, Luna, and then I'll end stream and we'll play, okay? If I concentrate on doing this, then we'll get it done within an hour. Just make pots for Raid 2. Okay, we'll go ahead and make your pots. I kind of want pizza. Do I ask to order pizza? I have frozen pizza. But should I order pizza? Question mark. Because I kind of want to do that. I hadn't ordered out pizza in a while. I don't want to cry, but I think I'm gonna cry. I think it's gonna happen. I'm a very emotional person. I'm a sucker for tragic romances. That's what I'm a sucker for. My phone's on death's door, girls. I also gotta work on Tristan's art project today. He's gotta make a cobra. I already bought the paint and stuff for it. Plug it in, plug it in. I got a portable battery that I use for everything. It's just more convenient to use a portable battery. I'm so glad I got these myths. I'm very excited to do Raphael's. We're 56% done. I'm very, very excited for Raphael's, though. I love him. I'm very excited. Look at how many memories he has. I want this one. This is the one that I want. I hope they do reruns. They kind of need to, right? I feel like they should. I feel like they should. Look at him sleeping. Oh, look. That was such a disappointing 5-star memory. I'm just gonna be for real and real with y'all. If you're thinking about rolling on the new Caleb memory, don't do it. It's a waste. Ain't worth it. You saw the juicy bits in the damn trailer. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Unless you're just maining him, then go for it, girl. But go for it, girl. Ooh, I got a radiant one. Plug it in, plug it in. Now I got that stuck in my head. Thanks a lot, Meowdy Poo. We'll get my wish count up again. I got plug it in stuck in my fucking head. Okay, ads are done. Let's go back. Actually, let's do something really quick. I got some stamina back. So I gotta do this. Oh, Finn! I was wanting to show you the outfit. Hold on. Girl, are you ready to see this shit? Like, literally. Let's see. Memories. My team. I gotta change it. Look at these outfits. Snatched. 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 We are matching. You're not gonna take my hair away, are you? Where's his tits, though? But look at him. Look at him. You can't tell me he's not hot in this fucking outfit. I am serving. Look at me. I am absolutely serving in this outfit. You cannot tell me I'm not. Why is this an emoji on iPhone? I have no idea. So there's that one for Raphael. And then we got this one. Girl, what? I love it. No Fuda, no buy. Get out of here. SP, no. You need to stop. You need to stop. Needs more tits and bulge. Get out of here. I like how their hair matches. SP? Beebs is with me on this. Beebs, if that's your only thing, then I'm concerned. Wait, what? I don't think he's with you. He doesn't even know what you're talking about. He does not know what you're talking about. Let me take a drink, because I have been reading. When I open my eyes, I find myself lying on the floor of my room. Moonlight cascades onto the empty bed. The bed. I only recall being overwhelmed by a strange feeling at dawn. Was I unconscious for the whole day? I look in the mirror. The marks have already reached my neck. My clothes won't be able to hide them now. If I take the Cradio Protocore, will the Foreseer still be Zayne? And if he isn't the Foreseer, he's doomed to be trapped in the tower forever. Does that make him a prisoner? I don't want to hurt Zayne, but I can't die like this. Okay, so I'm not with SP on this one. I told you. I told you he wouldn't be. He didn't know what a Fuda was, dude. I'm fucking crying. I'm fucking dying. I told you he did not know what that was, SPP. Oh my god. What if I told Zayne the true extent of my illness? I enter the library. Ice appears in front of me, forming an arc. Chas, is the Foreseer here? Phantasm sways from left to right. He isn't? You and the Foreseer dislike lies. Would he ever forgive someone who has lied to him? Jas sways in an agitated mood. Of course. He won't forgive me then. Jas hears sorrow in my voice, and a platform of ice appears under my feet, lifting me up. More ice appears, shimmering and glittering. It's trying to comfort me. Thank you, Jas. I sit on the ice, traveling between the endless rows of shells. Has Zayne read all the books here? I wonder what the Foreseer does when he's upset. Then again, he might just scowl regardless of his mood. As I mumble to myself, it begins to snow. Next, we teach Luna about it. No, we don't. No, SP, bad. Bad SP, no. Someone spray SP. Spray SP, no, bad. I am in awe, watching snow descend like flower petals dancing in the wind. You're spraying me! I'm scared to know what it means. Don't. Do not teach Luna what it is. And Luna, don't look it up. A few snowflakes fall onto my hand. They sparkle like crystals and do not melt. What are they?
Were you not the one asking about what I do when I'm upset?
I hear a calm voice from below. I sit on the floating platform as Zayne stands at the door, looking up at me. So it is possible. Was the prophecy not to your liking?
It matters not. Only a true envoy of the king can deliver it.
You are mocking me again. You aren't upset then? Zayne lifts a finger. The ice carries me down to him. He looks me in the eye.
And you? What do you do?
I think of the flowers I planted as they sway in the breeze. I dance.
I thought humans only dance when they are happy.
Not all of them. The more upset I am, the more I try to move around. Zayne glances at me, then holds out his hand. Oh.
May I?
Are you requesting a dance? Here.
We will both feel better if we dance under the snow.
I'm gonna fucking lose it. I hesitantly look at Zayne. His expression is reminiscent of a merciless blizzard as per usual.
Would you prefer we do something else?
Zayne is the Mary. Zayne is the Mary. Like, you cannot tell me any different. Zayne is the Mary. We can dance. Is it going to be a video? Oh, I wish. The warmth of Zayne's hand spreads from my fingers to the rest of my body. In the tower's library, we waltz. Snowflakes gently flutter about, and we step on the jasmine-shaped ice. Everything has led to this precious moment. We gaze into each other's eyes, our hands touching, our steps synchronized. You've lived here by yourself since the beginning. Who taught you how to dance? This can't be your first time.
Perhaps my body still remembers the motions from the past.
Are you referring to your other lives?
The Foreseer cannot truly die, so your description isn't right.
Zayne looks at me, but he's gazing into a time long gone. What is it like to remember things from another era?
It is no different than being in a never-ending snowstorm.
You said kill Silas. He's into that. I cannot with you right now. Fuck Caleb, marry Zayne, kill Silas, he's into that, injure Xavier, and leave in the winter wilderness. What about Raphael? Come on, man. At least have a Caleb and Raphael sandwich. Get out of here. I watch Zayne, the lonesome air surrounding him. Though we are in the same room, moving to the same rhythm, he is a dreamer whose dream may soon come to an end. I squeeze his hand. If the snowfall is eternal, find someone to dance with you. At the very least, the two of you will be happy. Zayne's gaze sweeps across me like a feather brushing across my cheek.
You don't seem to be upset anymore.
I'm gonna cry. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it, dude. I can't. Our dance would be better with some music. Following the rhythm of our steps, I start to hum. My voice echoes within the library.
You always hum this melody when watering the jasmine.
So you've noticed.
Will you sing for me?
Fuck myself, marry the in-game shop, kill them all. Am I doing it right? No, I don't think so. I don't think so, as me. To the afterglow cries cosmic demise. Our world in deceptive amber paradise. And these sands of time, my frozen bouquet awaits. With your gaze so full of wonder, I hold 4 jasmines asunder. His secrets revealed, hark the bard of legend unfold. This distant tale they sing to you, unspoken desires sincere and true. A jasmine in time's embrace, a fragrant aria, a moment's grace. I want to cry. I can feel it. I can feel it. I'm going to cry. We're on 7. Zayne cannot recall the first time the jasmine appeared. Ever since he took upon the mantle for seer, the Tower of Thorns had always been home to the jasmine that never bloomed. Ain't no way you're still on? Yeah! We're still going, girl. We're still going, Heaney. We're just kind of vibing. Today, I was going to do a longer stream anyway because Tristan's not in school, so we're just kind of vibing. Enjoying the content that I unlocked in the game. It is like a riddle forever waiting to be solved. Or maybe it's a metaphor for his fragmented memories. The jasmine's existence is an unremovable thorn, a reminder of his past, of his failure to remember who he is. Zayne dreams the same dream. It is one he has dreamt of many, many times. He kisses the jasmine bud, and then his entire being sinks into darkness. Zayne, Zayne. Yet he hears her voice cutting through the shadows. Why does her voice sound as if it's from the jasmine itself and from the distant past? Zayne waits for the darkness to swallow him once more. Yet, when he opens his eyes, the jasmine he kissed in his dreams has turned into the face of a girl. Zayne, Zayne! I frantically knock on Zayne's door. Time passes before Zayne opens it. He appears to have just woken up, his eyes hazy with sleep. I thought you were normally awake at this hour. Zayne doesn't respond. He only looks at me as if I were a stranger. Never mind, follow me. Brimming with excitement, I grab Zayne's sleeve. I'm surprised he lets himself be dragged out of his bedchamber. Did you just wake up, Garm? You can't come between what me and the in-game shop has. Not your credit card, girl. I bring Zayne to the top of the tower. In this joyous glow of the sun, the jasmine's trembling petals unfurl one after another. Zayne, the jasmine has bloomed. I check Zayne's expression, curious about his reaction, his eye holding a burning spark as he looks at me. From the little one. Hi, Elise. Tell her I said hi. What? Haven't you been looking forward to this? Zayne lowers his gaze, suppressing the light in his eyes. It seems he's looking at the jasmine in me.
At last.
Well, am I not a skilled gardener?
You were late.
When not a single blade of grass grows here but a strange jasmine, you don't need a gardener.
Hence why it only bloomed in your presence.
Don't shower me with praise now, you're making it sound like this was bound to happen. Deep in thought, Zayne stares at me. Have I offended you again? Why are you looking at me like that? His gaze shifts to my hand still holding his sleeve. Oh, I'm sorry, I was too excited. As I let go, Zayne grabs my hand.
This is not a mere coincidence.
What?
You are not the first to step foot in the Tower of Thorns. No one has been able to make the jasmine bloom, Only you have succeeded.
Something about his voice makes my heart beat more quickly. What is it? You're not your usual self.
You're right.
Zayne hesitates, an indescribable emotion flooding his eyes.
Allow me to take you to another place.
To where? You said I could leave once the jasmine blooms, did you not?
Do you want to leave now?
No. Do I? Do I want to steal the Cradio Protocore, make Zayne lose his power, and leave him imprisoned in the tower forevermore? No. I don't want him to be perpetually frozen anymore. But I will die, won't I? I never expected Zayne to take me to the field of jasmines and Philos floral inquiry. Under the warm sunlight, we walk amongst the sea of flowers. Zayne? He turns to me. The expression on his face is familiar yet unfamiliar. It's unfamiliar because of how different the Foreseer and I are. The distance between us, a chasm. But the current him reminds me of that wraith. I don't understand. Is the person in front of me real or an illusion? Why did you bring me here, Zayne? Zayne's eyes shimmer like a lake on a midsummer's day.
I wish to confirm something.
What is there to confirm? He cups my cheek, seemingly losing himself in my eyes. His gaze shines bright, my heart racing, violently beating in my chest.
That I won't lose you again.
But then a suffocating indigo is all I see. The blinding light consumes my vision while my heart feels like it's being crushed. I clutch my chest and faint. Uh-oh. What? Did we just die? Did we just die? What happened? Cradled in Zayne's arms, the girl lies still. I think we died. Okay. Her cold warmth lingering, the body he's holding cannot be considered one that belongs to a mortal. Under her clothes, blue lines manifest at an alarming rate. Astra warns the Foreseer in the form of an eerie indigo gleam from the Cradio Protocore on his scepter. The Foreseer is forbidden from peeking into his own destiny, or else Astra shall give unto him the sweetness of death's embrace. Even so, the Foreseer must see the future of this girl whose fate is deeply intertwined with his. Following Destiny's golden thread, he unveils truths hidden in enigmatic mist. Along his long journey, he has met this girl time and time again. He falls in love with her, becomes a witness to her changing fate, and watches her die. Astra's tools can never fall in love. And so Astra manipulates his memories of her, plunging them into an incomprehensible mystery, a jasmine bud that never blooms and is out of reach. I slowly open my eyes. Why am I here? Before fainting, I remember a flash of indigo light and Zayne's concerned expression. Did Zayne put me here? How long was I sleeping? I struggled to stand up before staggering out of the room. Zayne. I search every part of the tower, but Zayne is nowhere to be seen. I manage to find a hidden staircase. I climb each step and find a door at the end. I can hear noises from inside the room. Pushing open the heavy door, I see Zayne shackled to the wall in the corner of the room. This is a prison. From the walls to the floor, the ceiling, the ice approaches, hounding like a living, ravenous beast. Black as night, its glow is ominous. Zayne, what happened to you? With not a tinge of emotion, Zayne's eyes are scarlet. His hand emits a white glow, and as he clenches it, the black ice suddenly elongates and stabs his body. I like the saxophone too. Why are you hurting yourself?
Astra's punishment.
I realize his body is moving on its own. Remembering when I accidentally appeared in Zayne's bedchamber, once he came out of the bath, scars covered his body. Were those a result of his self-inflicted injuries? Oh, we got a video. Stop it, Des. Call his name. You need to stop me, Addie. This is sad.
It's too dangerous. I won't be able to control. Leave. Now.
I was giving the little one an emote to look at. I'm sorry. It's okay. I'm just messing with you.
I cannot die. This agony I've experienced before.
Your being tortured is worse than death itself. Is there a way to remove it? Acted.
I can't stop the ice. You'll get injured.
Does it still hurt?
The ice will not relent.
See, I'm gonna need you to go away before I ban you, and then I have to re-give you your mod powers back. I'm gonna need you to go.
Leave this place, please.
We have to stop it. I'm hugging him.
Why didn't you leave? Compared to the previous trespassers of the tower, you truly are the most audacious.
Girl, he ruining a moment, Meowdy. Get out of here. He ruining a moment. Get out of here. The black ice has ceased its movements. The prison is still cold. I unshackle Zayne's hand, seeing his bloodied wrist. Sorrow wells up in my heart. Zayne, I approached you so I could take the Credio Protocol, but...
I know. While you were unconscious, I divined your fate and the reason you visited the tower.
But why did he punish you? Zayne's gaze is calm.
Our fates are intertwined.
What?
I bear the name of Foreseer, so Astra punished me for defying my own fate.
My hand is held in his palm, stained with blood.
Come then.
We got the last one. The last one. Zayne and I stand on top of the tower once more. Under gentle moonlight, the jasmine wilts petal by petal. They fall to the ground like paper ready to scatter to the wind. How? It shouldn't be wilting already. I pick up the fallen petals, fathomless sadness washing over me.
Before, you were willing to defy Astra to free me.
I made my choice. I'm more relieved than scared. Standing up, I look Zayne in the eye. I no longer fear the pain caused by my illness or my inevitable death. I also don't need to be mired in indecision. When I saw you were being tortured in that prison. Within Zayne's placid gaze, a silver of emotion escapes, flashing in his eyes.
You should have taken the Creatio Protocore.
But you must tell me your answer.
My answer?
Back in the illusion, you wanted to ensure you wouldn't lose me again. So are you certain now? Zayne is startled at first, but then he slowly smiles.
I too made my choice back in that prison.
Light flashes in Zayne's hand and his scepter appears.
Your illness stems from your resonance with the Creatio Protocore.
He moves the scepter, and the Creatio Protocore glows brightly when it touches my arm. Then he takes the scepter, dragging it along my arm to my chest.
The Creatio Protocore grows stronger by draining away your very life.
I feel my strength fading away. My heart struggles to keep beating, yet rather than be afraid, I am anxious. What are you doing?
This would be your fate after meeting me.
Zayne stares at me, a strange determination in his eyes. He lifts his hand, and the Creatio Protocore floats from his scepter to his palm. Zayne, I don't want the Creatio Protocore anymore. Light bursts out from it, refulgent enough to illuminate all of the tower. In Zayne's hand, white light encapsulates the Creatio Protocore.
The power of Astra can curse destiny itself, and it can be used to ruin his plans.
The Creatio Protocore's light is contained in the crystalline sphere. He pulls it against my chest and it dissipates into my heart. Power floods in, coursing through every part of my body. It's so cold, Zayne. A warm light flows from Zayne's hands into me, encouraging my weakened heart to beat once more. Frost starts to creep along Zayne's face. The tower begins to shake, its foundations crumbling. Serpentine ice crystals emerge, lunging toward me and Zayne. Zayne embraces me, and the light from his hand shields me from the ice. Why? I wasn't going to live much longer. Accompanying a desperate resolve is a deep pain in Zayne's eyes.
Your destiny is not written in stone.
Hey, Jace, I'm about to cry. How are you? The ice embed themselves into Zayne's back. Zayne.
I won't forget you. Not this time.
The light gets brighter and brighter, surrounding me until I can see is white. I can't read it.
The Creatio Protocore exists inside you. Astra's power is yours to wield. This place is bound to collapse. I'm here to bid you farewell.
Don't leave me. I want to stay by your side. The tears I've been desperately trying to hold back fall. Zayne's gaze softens.
Don't cry.
I thought you said you didn't want to lose me again.
I will never lose you as long as you are alive and well. The riddle I've struggled with has an answer. At long last, I shall never forget you. I wish to end it on my own terms. May I?
He slowly smiles. It's like watching the first sprout break through melting snow. Zayne leans down and kisses me for the first and last time. Light washes over me akin to waves lapping the shore. I try to reach out to him, but he smiles. It slips away like sand falling between my fingers. I hate this game. I hate this game. It's not fair. I sit up and find myself in a field of flowers. Jasmines? The warm sun shines down on them. I'm reminded of the book's illusion. However, these jasmines are in full bloom.
Are you alright, miss?
Where am I? I need to visit the Tower of Thorns.
Don't be silly. There's been a raging blizzard these past few days. All entrances to the mountain have been blocked.
But the Foreseer...
Even he cannot defy Astra. No one knows when the mountain path will be clear. Best you forget about receiving any prophecies.
The tower is but a tiny dot in the distance. I could barely see it. My frozen heart shatters, breaks, splits within a single moment. I lower my head, my tears falling one by one onto the blooming flowers.
Don't cry.
That makes it worse. Through the tears, I see a sphere of soft white light.
Promise me you won't cry anymore.
Stop saying it. Withered jasmine petals appear in my hand.
Now they shall never wilt.
The fallen petals merge into a single jasmine flower. Ice envelops it, making it as lovely as the day it bloomed.
With this, I will not forget my answer.
A howling blizzard never seen before seals all paths leading to the Tower of Thorns. There's no telling if the snowstorm will ever disappear. The mountain and its lord have fallen into an eternal slumber. No one can venture into the tower, and no one has ever met the Foreseer since. This legend rests in fathomless rime and snow. forgotten. That's not fair. I hate this game. No, wait.